At historic Hinchcliffe Stadium, it's USL League One soccer, a historic venue for pro-side soccer that dates back to the 70s. It's the New York Cosmos hosting Fort Wayne FC for the first time ever in USL League One action. Thrilled to welcome you inside of the venue. I'm Gabriel Schrei, and boy, have we got a barn burner in store for you today. A really good one coming between two clubs seeking their first win in USL One. Last time out, the Cosmos battled the triumph of Greenville and weren't able to handle it as it started early like this. Greenville popped it back outside after it was nearly cleared, and look at the long curler, a beautiful score. This man got the lid off though. Spangler through to the max side and able to fit that one in. The response deadlocked these two sides, but boy, was Greenville hot, playing at their home venue in South Carolina. Scored in response and able to bend another one in as well. Just dropped over the top. Greenville looked fantastic. Not a lot of control in that match. It was really defined by big moments, action in the second half. Swung by real quickly because of his goal, because of how he's played. Osmir Spangler, the central figure in build-up play, going to be our man to watch for the Cosmos of New York. He's had a steady climb. South Florida, Tormenta, Texoma last season, 29 appearances and 9 goals in 2025 in USL League One. He could be a problem today for Fort Wayne. Last time out for the Indiana side, their first ever professional point earned in USL League One with a 2-2 draw in South Florida. This is Sarasota Paradise trying to make life difficult for them. He came way out to play that and able to dish it home. A nice easy roller for the score, looking good early. And they went ahead 2-0 with a second score, but obviously Sarasota able to come back, get a point of their own, and force the draw in a really exciting one. Betcher highlighting the match with his electric play. That's the final score of the match. As we throw you to our player to watch for today in New Jersey, it's going to be Ryan. Ryan has had a really nice career, played at UCLA collegiately. He's been really effective in transition moments where Fort Wayne looks most dangerous entering this season. He'll be central to exploiting a Cosmos defense that's conceded 9 goals in 3 matches. It's two expansion sides still searching for their first win in USL League One. They're going to collide today at Hinchcliffe Stadium. Cosmos look to turn attacking promise into results at home. Fort Wayne building momentum. We'll be back with all the action next.
Ready, buddy? Here it comes. Keep your eye on the ball.
Go for it!
We see your future.
I got my eye on these colors.
Your day-to-day.
Okay. Well, I got my eye on this.
Yeah, right.
Really? And every big decision along the way. We see you when other banks really don't. So we can see you through anything. We're always looking out for you. Ion Bank.
A look at the lineups today for New York's Cosmos up front. Zadi going to get the start. We're going to have a lot of power through midfield. Spangler, obviously, our player to watch. Mendonça going to be a problem on the right side of that lineup. And on the back, Holt locking things down in front of Chan. The club led by David Cordy, and it's a 4-3-3 formation for the Cosmos. On the other side, a look at the lineup for Fort Wayne, a 5-3-2, really loaded up on the back. We already talked about our player to watch up front, Betcher. Javier Armas going to be a menace in midfield. Watch the back, Sproat, the all-time leader in appearances for this Fort Wayne FC side. Shipman in goal, and Mike Avery, the head coach, leading the way along the touchline for Fort Wayne FC in New Jersey today. Welcoming you to the field in Hinchcliffe Stadium. It's pro side soccer in USL League One. Two expansion sides seeking their first win and meeting for the first time ever as we are underway between the Cosmos of New York and Fort Wayne FC. Glad to have you along for the ride in USL soccer action. I'm Gabriel Schrei, and what a barn burner we have for you. These two are going to let it all hang out, eager to get 3 points. This match day 4, really when the table starts to take shape throughout the league. Some crucial matches going on today. This is one of them. Somebody's got to walk out of here with points. Obviously, you could see it becoming, another single-point win for one of these clubs, or both, I should say, in a draw, but feels like a 3-point day. Pinballed through, rattled around New York's Cosmos. Can't control as this is going to be skied from midfield. Fort Wayne somehow finesses it forward, and they're onto the ball. Cuts his way through toward the penalty arc and left off long to the back door by Jack Thomas. On the edge of the 18. Way down out front of the wing, and they're going to retreat to midfield. Able to fend him off early. The jump from USL League Two in the offseason. A new stadium set to open in May. Fort Wayne entering League One with a new look and new sense of continuity from the club's prior success. Pre-professional ranks, they look really good. Mike Avery returning to lead this side in the offseason, inducted into Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame. Bringing some of the former standouts along with him. Diaz, Sproat, Hernandez, Briscoe. Back to midfield again, Fort Wayne. Flicked all the way down the touchline. Fort Wayne across that back line. And disrupted. A lot of pressure coming from New York. Fort Wayne from the back third. JP Jordan left it off. Knitting passes over the top of the turf and left off long. This rolls off of the field. Scoreless early at Hinchcliffe Stadium in Patterson between the Cosmos and Fort Wayne. Ryan Betcher, a stellar campaign for Union Omaha a season ago. Fort Wayne also brought in Musa, another veteran, coming aboard from Indy 11. Tag Healy out of North Carolina State. Udor Enrico out of Central Florida also joining the side. This is Javier Armas, product of the Atlanta United Academy. He's been a really special piece. 53 appearances, 10 goals, 3 assists in his career with Atlanta United 2. This is knocked away and has to be regathered. Tried to touch that forward down the wing. Cosmos from the back line looking to build out. Almost some trouble. He's on top of him. Volleyed over the top. Rico is going to be a menace up front today. New York Cosmos is going to have to watch for him. You saw him shadow so well early. Just out of college, getting his boots wet, if you will, in the professional ranks. Aired out over the top. New York sees it rejected at midfield. Trying to work his way forward, Jaden Smith, the Englishman, gave it off to J.P. Jordan. Playing some keep away with the Cosmos. Solis, the man from Oklahoma, finds some help beyond the wing, and this will be a Cosmos ball. David Mason gets us started. Cosmos roll this out to midfield. Ajmir Spangler dished this long, and it goes loose over the end line for goal kick. Rempel tries to run that down. The defender from Paraguay can't get to it in time. From Munster, Germany, Bernd Shipman. Last played for Forward Madison, veteran goalkeeper. He's also played in European competitions outside of USL, but 3 seasons in a row with the Flamingos. He's one of the league's most consistent shot stoppers. Multiple clean sheet campaigns, 14 in 2024. Always has a strong save percentage as well. Taken away by New York. Cosmos out front of the 18, tried to knot it back. Ajmir takes it down on the corner of the area, flicked through into the left stick. Oh, baby, an early red-hot opportunity. Just can't finish. Sebastian Guantachi takes the feed from Ajmir and just wide. Knocked off. Thrown in by Fort Wayne. Aerial play over the top for midfield. Can't keep that on. Referee today, Matthew Corrigan, assisted by Ethan Buege and Kendall McCardle. Nabil Ben Salah is the 4th official. Fort Wayne trying to send that forward from midfield, intercepted by the Cosmos, and they'll dish it to the back line. FWFC bringing some pressure just on the penalty arc, away from the double team, and it's pinballed back on the volley. Tries this over the top, a little too much sauce as that's out of here for goal kick. Like the pressure, Jack Thomas, the midfielder from England. Thomas was dominant at LSU Shreveport. NAI Player of the Year, one of the top midfielders in the country collegiately. Pushed forward toward the attacking third, and Fort Wayne will have to return. Diaz, the center back from Portugal. New York looking for that steal just in front of the area. Couldn't get the intercept. Cosmos double team him. Fort Wayne to the back line and sent long by J.P. Jordan. Thomas over the top. Left off just beyond the wing. Fort Wayne centering feed is going to go across all the way to the backside of the 6. Back toward the penalty arc. Dished into the 18, standing on top of it, fires, it's directed away. Trying to feed it inside, and New York able to clear this off. Knotted. Pushed twice through the air, and now sent long by New York. Cosmos able to roll back and play well defensively again, really just letting Fort Wayne have possession. Back on the North American soccer scene, Cosmos. New era ahead, grassroots success, community accessibility are going to be central to what they do. Fort Wayne tries this, and it's going to be rolled backwards by New York. Good play defensively. Intercepted down along the touchline. Rempel wanted the wing. Backwards he goes. Javier Armas. Corona, Spain native. Tried to roll that through, and New York from behind the midfield circle over the top. It's going to have to be run down. Bumped, and as he goes down, the call. Michael, the defender from Paraguay, right on top of him. He goes down immediately when touched. Solanka draws the whistle. And what a spot that is for Cosmos. Just inside of the corner. Spangler will deliver. Floater out front of the 6 is going to be rolled clear away. Cosmos try it again. Arced that down into the 18, and Fort Wayne somehow gathers. Indiana side club pitches it through midfield. Long delivery rolls just wide for Fort Wayne. A dozen minutes gone, and somehow we remain deadlocked and scoreless. Jack Thomas tried to roll that one all the way back to Louisiana, where he played college ball. Sigh of relief for New York and Chan. Diaz doesn't like what he sees. Thiago finesses this forward for Fort Wayne. Good pressure from Mendonça, the Miami, Florida native. Betcher looking for some help. This through the circle. FWFC stripped away by the Cosmos. No call as there's a collision. Sent long for the arc. Cosmos after this and able to keep it away. Lilian right near that. Cosmos see it stolen away again deep in the wing. New York finessed in by Fort Wayne, and the Cosmos cut it off again as this sails out of here. USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for complete USL TV listings. Rempel arcs this down for the 6, tried to knot it through, it's cleared initially, New York sees it taken away, and as he tries to stand on it, this rolls for goal kick. Mendonça appealing. Won't get his way as we remain scoreless, deadlocked. A couple of really high-quality opportunities early for Fort Wayne. Mendonça previously played for Chattanooga Football Club. Was a nice piece for them. Diaz rolls this down the side of the pitch. Recall onto the ball. Bumped as he's trying to escape. This is off. And he can't believe that ball is going with New York. We played a quarter of an hour and we're scoreless from Hinchliffe Stadium between the Cosmos and Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne will try this from down near the corner. Everybody loading up in the area. Short throw in. Cavier tries to deliver that inside. From the back line, back across to Karmas, who sends that for the 18. Cosmos on the end line on the takeaway. Out of the wing, and it's banged off by New York. Ajmer after possession. Thiago. So he's looking good, kind of playing as that center back in this setup. Thiago, some pitch and catch. Was going to Thomas, now it's off the boot of Ajmer and out. Fourth match of the year for the Cosmos as Cavier delivers that back across to Solis. On the move and run down by Spengler. Solis for the circle. Quick pitch and catch. Gets it right back. Rolled through by New York to their keeper. Tried to finesse that through traffic, and New York unable to take it back again. Kept away from Coffey. Played through for Fort Wayne, down to the 6 and covered. Well done by Derek Chan. He's seen a lot of action early as Fort Wayne has found ways to consistently get through. Fort Wayne is going to take it away. Through to the penalty arc, and a laser bangs off of the post. Somehow the sheet remains clean. Close scoring chance for Fort Wayne FC in New York. Long feed through the New York controls. Back over the top again. Chan, extensive experience across the soccer pyramid. New York Red Bulls, played in Championship, Charlotte Independence, Real Monarchs, consistently at a high level. And gained a lot of experience with Germany internationally as well. Out front for Fort Wayne, somehow gathered FWFC. Another strike is delivered away by the Cosmos. Fort Wayne looking to blow the lid off as Ajmer picks his pocket. Spangler drives through to midfield and kept away by the Cosmos. They might take a chance of their own. Spangler still going, down to the arc, left off to the backside and rolled through. Free, clear, wide open, 1-0. New York Cosmos in the lead at home. The center forward from Montevideo, Uruguay. Sebastian Guanzati gets it done. It's his first goal of the season for the Cosmos of New York as he knifes his way through, gets the feed, and I don't think the keeper was looking for the shot. Spangler gave it to him. He makes the right move and just looks disappointed, emphatic. I'm not sure if Bernd Shipman thought another pass was coming or just was confused about who had taken up the ball and where the shot was going to be delivered. But either way, Sebastian, no confusion as the man from Uruguay gets his first of the year and puts his Cosmos out ahead 1-0 at home against Fort Wayne.
From number 13, Sebastian Guanzati. Once again, your Cosmos goal scorer, number 13.
Fort Wayne looking to respond, now trailing. They opened their last match with a 2-0 lead against Sarasota and then lost it to play to a draw, 2 apiece. New York unable to come back from a deficit last time out as well against Greenville. They played really well in South Carolina but fell 3-2. Both of these teams seeking their first outright win in USL League One. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of the action we'll see today. Fort Wayne behind midfield. Tiago left it off. Solis gets it right back. Sebastian playing up. Around the defender, and the centering ball is knocked away by New York and floated over the top. Sebastian's right there as Solis has to volley this up. Flicked down in front of the 18. Sebastian returns. He was one of the leading goal scorers in USL Championship history over the past decade. Coming back and joining this side. Chan will take his time. Sebastian, 34 years old. And a living link, a playing living link, I should say, to the Cosmos' last era. 9 goals, 6 assists, and 81 appearances in NASL before joining the Rowdies of Tampa Bay. That was when they entered USL Championship back in 2017. He's been an icon. 75 goals, 21 assists, 225 regular season appearances. All league honors of the Rowdies. A lot of talent. He's the one who scored moments ago in the 20th minute to make it 1-0 as we'll see the free kick. Looking back at this, you could see Solis and Ajmer. That just looks like a veteran drawing a call. Sebastian able to get that. Cosmos. Ajmer fakes after the signal. Spangler, the floater across over the top to the end line, out front, and Fort Wayne pushes it out of the 18. Down toward the sideline, FWFC going to clear to midfield as New York looking to control. Well done defensively by Fort Wayne, able to get that out of their own area, push it down the side of the field, and force New York to defend. Tried to finesse it through, and it's rejected over the top. Sebastian shadowing Solis. Finesses this over the top of the turf. Fort Wayne from midfield skies this for the 18 and can't be directed out front as the Cosmos get that whistle.
Can't watch the match on television? Tune in to Sirius XM.
Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL. From grassroots to the pros, Select there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, there's a reason it's the player's choice. Sebastian trying to control that Select ball as it's pushed off by Solis. Waiting to throw this in. The Italian gets it right back and sends it over to the backside of the 6. Fort Wayne vying for possession and cleared away from Coffee. Christian came from Huntsville City. Originally developed with the academies of AS Monaco. Fiorentina, he stood out at the Primavera level. Consistent goals and assists. Bernd Shipman lets it go. Goal kick for Fort Wayne. Galazzini, another nice piece from New York. Trailed that through, just couldn't get back to it. Galazzini developed in Italy's lower systems, slowly rising through and joining the U.S. side of the game. Fort Wayne from the end line, able to get this out front, and it's knocked off. Good opportunity for FWFC. Looking to get hooked up with Ryan Betcher, the man from Pennsylvania. He was our player to watch in today's match. Scored last time out for Fort Wayne. Rattled around at midfield, Cosmos. See this taken by Fort Wayne, and no one there to take up that pass. New York takes it away. Cosmos. Kofi tries to finesse that into the 18 and cleared by Fort Wayne. Out to the circle. Kick will come from behind the arc. Solis. Tiago tried to go through. Fort Wayne knitting passes over the turf. All the way to the back line again. JP. Fort Wayne some room down to the touchline. He's got it just beyond the wing. Looking for another connection, standing on top of the ball. New York almost takes that away, kept alive. Solis, flicked to Diaz. Fits this through deep in the wing. No call as New York able to haul that out of there. Indiana side able to take it right back. Recall. Solis. Long feed for the 6, knotted out. Onto the corner of the 18. Fort Wayne through for the end line, and as he's battled at, New York strips and clears. Trailing the ball, Byrne gonna have to move quickly. Guanzotti's right there. He's our goal scorer from the 20th minute. Mendonça played up after that. Fort Wayne. Through midfield, nearly tackled off, somehow over. Ajmer fighting for it. Fort Wayne. 4 defenders there in New York Cosmos. This pinball's all around. Into the wing, can't be pickpocketed. NYC, that's out of there. And return to Byrne. Cordy has managed a lot of sophisticated possession-based teams. This is like a bunker encounter. Fort Wayne down alongside the area. 3 defenders there as Ajmer gets it through. Long feed for Christian. He's got it just outside of the area. Walks it in, dribble, cuts it back on the e-brake and fires. It's deflected away. Well done, able to stay with him and prevent him from getting a quality shot. Byrne getting the help he needs. That'll draw a set-piece chance for the Cosmos. Frenchman scored 11 goals last season on a breakout year, 6 assists. Very nice attacking threat. Ajmer from the corner of Hinchliffe. Down to the 6, knotted out, and New York will regather beyond the 18. Gonna have to go way back for this. Colazzini couldn't keep it in. Christian has to return as well. From the front of the circle, pitched for the wing, down near the corner. Fort Wayne able to defend this well enough to draw a goal kick. Sebastian right there, just couldn't get through, and now Solis. From midfield to the back line. Slow walk through. He's got Jack. Looked like Thomas was going to try to knife his way in there. Instead, they go back to Tiago, and after another pass forward, Solis in the back line with the ball. Christian shadowing. From the center field stripe, a long delivery is off, intentionally knocked out of there by the Cosmos of New York. Throw in coming. Fort Wayne to their own back line. Solis. Midfielder delivers toward the wing. He's got it just outside of the 18. Dribbling and knifing his way into the areas. It's hammered off. Jaden Smith, the Englishman, trying from that right wing to fight his way in. Developed at the Coventry City Academy. 9 years he progressed through the system, signed a professional contract with them in 2024. Corner for Fort Wayne. Long feed from the Indiana side club, and waiting for it is Christian, who is unable to escape as he's grabbed at and dropped to the turf. Not surprised to see the call from our referee. Just grabbed onto him, and that was enough to draw the card. That is the all-time leader in appearances for Fort Wayne. Reed Sproat, former Akron Zip, suffers the yellow, his first of the year. This is his 53rd all-time appearance for Fort Wayne FC. Knotted back into the area and covered by Byrne. Slides onto that. Remple will throw in again. He played at Lindsey Wilson collegiately, Mid-South Conference Defensive Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons. He was an All-American. Named to the U.S. Soccer Coaches All-American team as well. They signed him from Asheville City. Tiago, floater. Solis into the circle, left off by Fort Wayne, and the long driving pass down toward the wing. Walks it to the corner of the 18 and inside. The Englishman cuts for the end line, and the feet over the top. Gonna sail on Fort Wayne FC. New York Cosmos take over. And they've got some great seats, maybe the best in the house, and you can get them as well. Soccer season is here. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. It's your ticket to great seats. Quickly the call, New York stays with it. Darren Sidul. Leaves it for Sergio Chavez, the California native. Sergio. Little shoulder bump. Ajmer puts him to the turf, and that gets the whistle. Fort Wayne. Rolled through toward midfield. Thiago. From the center field stripe, FWFC doesn't like what they see. Back third again for Fort Wayne as Byrne will go to work and Shipman. Just a quick handoff. Thomas. Jack wanted to go down the touchline. He's rejected. Indiana side behind midfield. Poked into the air. Jack tries to run it down. Christian can't maintain possession. Recole poked it away and gets it right back on the feed. Was looking for Jaden Smith. Now out front of the 18, he goes down just in front of it. Healed through from the spot, the hammered shot. He is down on the turf, and the Cosmos clear it out of there. Well done defensively, down deep in the 18. Fighting to get a quality shot. And the Cosmos prevent that and more. Rempel trying to knife through Thiago, the last man, as New York does get it down the touchline. Intercepted and sent off. Cavier wanted to throw in. Instead, he'll leave it. Ajmer. The handoff to Chavez, who will throw in. Cutting it upfield, Betcher. Fort Wayne into the wing. Pushed down to the end line, and the Cosmos cut it off. Well played. Battling to get after that, he goes down. And our assistant referee right there as Cavier gets after it. A little shove to the veteran, Sebastian. 34 years old, comes up with some words, and they're both going to have a conversation with our referee. This is what happened. He took offense and gave him the shove. AR came over immediately. Hey guys, calm down. A quick word. We play on. 1-0, New York leading a score by Sebastian himself in the 20th minute. This is through and no harm, no fouls. Fort Wayne can't get to it in time. Derek Chan, the Californian, hauls it in. when Zadi keeps getting those outlet feeds delivered to him. Spangler fights this through. Sebastian centered up, and this time he won't be able to finesse the ball in traffic across to his teammate. Throw in coming for the Cosmos. Flicked into the wing. Right away blown on the touch. And our fourth official, as the ball sent back to midfield on a big high volley, gonna signal for 2 minutes of stoppage time on this first half. We played 3/4 of an hour. Fort Wayne with it for a long time down near the corner before it's cleared by the Cosmos. Push through, Fort Wayne FC just can't center it. Betcher gets the ball on the edge of the 18. New York intentionally sends it over the end line, so a set piece now. Javier goes to the corner to deliver this. Fort Wayne, everybody inside, over the top, and flashing the gloves. A big play by Derek Chan. He gets elevated deep in the 6-yard box and hauls that in. Tried to fight his way through. Jack Thomas pickpocketed, and this is cleared as we wrap up our added time on half number 1. After 3/4 of an hour, Sebastian, that man right there, the 34-year-old veteran, the one who broke the deadlock in the 20th minute to make it 1-0. The Cosmos of New York are in the lead at the halftime break between these two. Fort Wayne looking to battle back. 3 points on the line for these two sides, both seeking their first win in USL League One. We've got highlights, stats, the team of the week, the shot of the week, the save of the week, so much more coming as part of our halftime coverage live from Hinchcliffe Stadium, where it's 1-0 at the break. New York Cosmos leading Fort Wayne FC. We'll return with more in just a moment right here. Don't go anywhere.
Ready, buddy? Here it comes. Keep your eye on the ball.
We see your future,
I got my eye on these colors.
your day-to-day,
Okay. Well, I got my eye on this.
Yeah, right.
really? And every big decision along the way. We see you when other banks really don't. So we can see you through anything. We're always looking out for you. Ion Bank.
back inside of Hinchliffe Stadium, a barn burner of a first half. A lot of rolling through and countering, and a score broke the deadlock in the 20th minute in this one. At the break, New York leading Fort Wayne. We're going to take you now for a look at our team of the week in USL League One. What a week it was as Union Omaha dominates the lineup. Just a fantastic showing by them. Philip Mayaka in midfield. Spokane is dotting across, and FC Naples, quite the performance as well. They're going to play tonight against Madison in what should be a barn burner later on, a 7 o'clock kick. Vincenzo Candela, the coach of the week, for his performance on the sideline for Union Omaha. Let's take a look at our goal and save of the week. They were electric.
League One second team selection the year before last. Brett, great ball to the far side, left behind by Fitch, who gets it back from Siobhan John Brown. A lovely flowing move from Spokane, and they get the opener.
Spokane dominated its matchup with the Cosmos thanks to link-up plays like this. Nico Brett with a beautiful curling pass forward, and Siobhan John Brown has options. Simon Fitch has eyes forward, and Jack Denton trails him. The ball goes to Fitch, though, with plenty of space, and a watchful eye on Jack Denton with the first touch finish. A beautiful passing play all around. The velocity are in sync for your select USL League One goal of the week.
Godwin tries this into the 6. Just in the spot, disrupted, fired, and Cash makes the save. Oladapo, a howitzer, is saved by Cash.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
USL League One kicks off. Players shield winners. He does it again. Their first ever goal in club history.
One 0 at the break. An electric first half. The Cosmos. Sebastian finds his way through, and the 34-year-old in the 20th minute made it 1-0. At the half, the lead for New York over Fort Wayne. Let's take a look at the power rankings through match day 4. USL League One. This is where we're at right now. Spokane ranked number 1. Union Omaha right behind them at 2. FC Naples at 3 in the power rankings. Now they lead the table because they've got 7 points. AC Boise behind them. Portland in 5. You roll down a little further, the match of the week going to be that 3 and 7 matchup in our nightcap tonight. Fort Wayne number 10. Really, really good start to the year for these sides as we take you to our halftime update with Dan Lucas coming up right now after this quick look at our second page of this one. A very, very good look across through the power rankings. Corpus Christi, Cosmos trying to push their way up today with a nice win at home. That certainly would help their case. Westchester and Greenville rounding us out. And here's a look at the weekend schedule. 1-0 the victory for Knoxville in the first match. Charlotte Independence kicked off just 30 minutes later and stormed to a 4-0 victory. How about that? Today at 5 o'clock, Union Omaha hosts Corpus Christi. FC Naples at 7 hosting Forward Madison. Sarasota at 7:30 taking on the Hearts. And AV Alta battles the Red Wolves at 10:30 Eastern Time. And now Dan Lucas with a look around the league and what's going on at the half.
It is halftime in USL League One. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from the week. Union Omaha's home opener in Week 3 was memorable for forward Diego Gutierrez, who scored twice in a 3-2 win over AC Boise. Gutierrez joined Union Omaha before this season, returning to the field where he played his college soccer at Creighton University. And in his 100th League One appearance, midfielder Luis Gil, the former U.S. national team player, scored a goal in a 3-1 win over the New York Cosmos, the first ever 2-0 start for Spokane. League One made some noise in round 1 of the U.S. Open Cup, sending 7 clubs into the second round. And some intriguing regional matchups against USL Championship competition. Charlotte Independence will face Charleston Battery, while the Richmond Kickers host Loudoun United. Upcoming matches to watch in the championship. Saturday, April 4th, big battle atop the Eastern Conference. Louisville City hosting Charleston Battery. Saturday, April 18th, Charleston back on CBS SN hosting Tampa Bay Rowdies. And then the Prinks Tires USL Cup on April 25th. Hartford Athletic hosts rival Rhode Island on CBS SN. This is the USL halftime update. We're getting close to the second half. Let's send you back to your match.
I'm Brie and I am Ayan.
नाम कलीम जान है और मैं आयन हूँ.
Yo soy Ayan Bank.
I'm Tajinder Kaur. ਅਸੀਂ Ayan Bank ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
I'm Taiwan and I am Ayan.
اسمي أدمى وأنا آيان.
Ja jestem Ayan Bank.
Io so Ayan Bank.
Ja jestem Ayan Bank. I am Ayan.
Back at Hinchliffe, where it's 1-0 New York Cosmos after an exciting first half. Play after play, they're able to carry the lead into the break. Let's take a look back at the top moments and the top highlights from half number 1 of action between the Cosmos and Fort Wayne. Rolling it back to the opening, and this one rolled just wide. Unable to knock that in as it just goes beyond the stick over the end line. Forward we go to the 18th minute. Fort Wayne, good cut through, and Thomas off the post. Ping, real close. 20th minute. Sebastian, the veteran, on the backside, takes it in from Ajmer with a beautiful dish through the area. Couldn't have been better. Byrne makes the play there, but just can't get to it. This is the numbers that drove our first half of action. 1-0 at the break. Cosmos leading Fort Wayne. 9 shots taken by Fort Wayne, just 3 by the Cosmos. 1 on target, obviously, from New York. Possession, almost 3 full quarters. Fort Wayne to the 26% of the Cosmos. Just a couple of corners. We've seen 2 cards. A couple of offsides as well, as that's what brought us to the halftime break. And we're almost ready for half number 2 between these two sides. We'll take you back now to Hinchliffe Stadium for the continuation of this battle between the Cosmos and Fort Wayne. USL League One battle. Both seeking their first outright win of the year. Fort Wayne in action last season, secured standings and points, rolling their way through the action. The first in USL League One for these two sides. They're looking to find a way to get themselves back into this against New York in the second half. They were productive last outing. They jumped out ahead 2-0, got their first point in USL League One. They can taste action on the road. Thomas banged it off the post. You saw it in the highlights. Couldn't have been closer for him. New York able to get it done with that beautiful dish by Ajmer across. But the Cosmos going to need more than 1 goal to hold off Fort Wayne, as they've only possessed the ball 26% of the match through half number 1. Obviously some shakeup coming at the break. 2 really good leaders along the sideline for these two. Mike Avery directing things for Fort Wayne. Cordy from New York talked about his background a little bit in that first half. Avery has been the head coach of Fort Wayne since their inception. Led the club to 3 straight division titles, back-to-back conference semifinals. Previously was at Valpo, Cal State San Bernardino. Had assistant roles at Louisville and Notre Dame. And he played at Westmont and professionally, both in Sweden and, of course, in Indiana. Fort Wayne ready to go. New York about to make their way back out onto the field. Had some time to talk to Coach this week, and his first stop was at Bethel for the Pilots collegiately when he first started coaching. Cosmos and Fort Wayne, 1 half gone, 1 half to go. 1-0 after the break. New York Cosmos already had scores this season from Mendonça, Spangler, Sadul, Justin Milanov. Looking to find another one and secure that lead, get some insurance in the second half. But so far, just sitting back and resting and letting that come and countering has worked very well for them. They've been able to dispossess Fort Wayne and clear it over the top. They've been able to battle them away from their area. And the man from Coventry has been a key piece, Smith. They really like him on that right wing. They've tried to center it up with Thomas and find their way through. We'll see what they change strategy-wise in this second half, as we'll get a quick count from our referee of who's on the pitch. Matthew Corrigan says we're ready to go. Fort Wayne will start this second half with possession. They'll be working from left to right against the Cosmos. They're wearing their road kits. Orange against the classic green and colorful home kits of New York and the Cosmos. Corrigan having a word with New York. At midfield, happy with what he sees, and we are underway in half number 2. 1-0 New York Cosmos leading the way in Hinchliffe as we start this second half. Glad you're with us for USL League One Soccer in Patterson. I'm Gabriel Fry. Fort Wayne tries that. Trigger pull is a bit long. Cool kick. There's a look at that goal back in the 20th minute. Sebastian, the one who scored it. And the 34-year-old, the target of that pass, as it's cleared away by Fort Wayne. Zadi all over that. Out through center field and off. Cosmos. Just beyond the stripe, New York. Straight up and volleyed through. Sebastian gets some help. Chip for the wing. Cosmos trying to fight for possession. He's just outsized by Fort Wayne's man. Ball's loose. Skeeters over the top of the turf. Rattled through. Down along the touchline, New York regathers. Swiped for the inside. Can't keep it. Ajmer watches as this is eventually pitched all the way over on the counter. Fort Wayne is going to be offside. Just got a little ahead of himself. Ryan Betcher, the center forward from Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. Burned. Solis gonna unload down the side of the field. FWFC comes off the sideline and rotates around those defenders. Ajmer playing up against him. From just beyond the center of the pitch, taken out of the air by New York. Too much traffic there as Spangler gives it off. Cavier defensively going to go over the top of him. Christian right there as Shipman sends it away. Fort Wayne down into the 18, knifes his way to the inside and pulls the trigger as it's cleared. FWFC long strike is saved. Battered away by the keeper down deep. Chan with a big play. Look back, Thomas absolutely blasted that. Derek Chan able to make the save now. Throw in coming for Fort Wayne. No changes at the break for either of these sides. Long strike is gloved again by Chan. It's too easy for Derek. Sees it coming, hauls it in. And he'll control for his Cosmos. Mason flicked that backward. Now New York to Christian. Over across and delivered long over the top by NYC. Down alongside the 18, streaking for the 6 and knifes this one through. A laser strike to make it 2-0 New York Cosmos. Galazzini gets it to go. What a score for the Italian. It was a long feed. He takes it up on the edge of the area, and I think Byrne and everybody in this stadium is thinking, okay, they've got the 34-year-old. He's already got to score. Sabachian is definitely getting the feed, and instead Galazzini gets the job done himself. An absolute blast through the 6. 2-0 New York City. The Cosmos out ahead over Fort Wayne at home. Now a very different look for Fort Wayne. It's a long year in USL League One. And I say that not because it's gonna feel like a long year. A lot changes. You know, this is an up and down season. Fort Wayne hasn't played a full-length schedule like this yet. You're gonna have ups and downs. You might start cold and heat up and win 5 straight. 10 really good matches. Cosmos through to the 18, down to the end line, threatening again. Flicked back outside. Sadul tried to push it into the wing, and it's taken by Fort Wayne. And the call as New York tries to go to midfield. I say that just because it might be stressful right now, might be hard to see. Fort Wayne, though, long year ahead. A lot can change. You're going to tweak, you're going to grow. These guys are going to mesh and gel. Match day 10 might look very different from match day 3. Match day 20 might look different from match day 10. Cosmos on pace to pick up their first 3 points in the table at home against Fort Wayne. New York finds Christian down into the 18, knifes his way through, and the bend is gloved by Byrne. Fort Wayne, a really cool crest. I love the look. Visually represents the 3 rivers, St. Mary's, St. Joseph's, the Maumee. Big part of the city's geography, obviously, in Fort Wayne, and it's intertwined, united, meaning their culture in the city of Fort Wayne. And the W represents the trees, the parks, 150 miles of trail systems. And Fort Wayne, beautifully designed crest. Coventry. Back out in front. Fort Wayne tries this, and it pinballs through to Chan. New York. Back to the front of the 18. Fort Wayne just beyond the penalty arc. Pushed across to Jaden Smith, the Englishman. Wanted to step for the end line. Now double teamed and in trouble, and it's fought away by the Cosmos. That's well done by New York on the double team. Hopefully Jaden Smith's all right.
Enjoy the action. Don't miss a minute of Cosmos Soccer this season by becoming a season ticket holder. Full season plans start at $165 and include the same great seats for all regular season and Prince Tire's USL Cup home matches. Visit the ticket for more information.
Smith good to go. Cosmos going to throw in. Way in their back third. Good delivery is rejected initially by Smith. Popped into the air and volleyed out front. Jack given. Javier finds Solis, who bends it down that back line. They're loaded up on the back. Forward and rolled for the end line. Fort Wayne can't center as it's very well played by New York. They'll have to throw in to keep it going. Rempel from Paraguay to throw in. Product they brought in from Asheville City. Long throw makes it all the way to the 6, where it's helmeted out of there. Fired, and the blast goes off the top of the crossbar. Sent out front and pushed out by New York. Thomas back to the wing. Floater is rejected by the Cosmos. Fort Wayne tries to finesse this out front, and as everybody comes together, the ball is off its goal kick. Solis running out of there. Another look at that real close opportunity. Nice strike. Cosmos down to the arc. Shipman's way outside. Chipped off. He'll just try this with a hit over the top, and it goes wide on New York. Byrne comes way out to make the play. Almost gets a second for the brace. Rumbling, the young man from Italy. Galazzini just lets it fly. We remain 2-0 Cosmos lead at Hinchliffe. Fort Wayne sends it inside. Well played. Ajmer after him. Delivered deep into the wing. FWFC. Out front, Javier. Somehow directed for the box. On the edge of the wing, he'll try centering this just inside the penalty arc. It's rejected. And Christian has help. Hovey and company clear this over the top. He's going on a run himself. 3 defenders there. 1 helper on the back door as he'll return it to midfield. Galazzini fights his way through. Good tackle. Referee wants a word. He steps back away from the play to talk to Mendonça. That's a great spot for the throw-in for New York's Cosmos, who already lead 2-0. Galazzini is going to be the one to deliver. Tried to go back to him. Fort Wayne takes it away in the wing and skies this out of there. Pushed forward, and another call drawn by New York. Ajmer slow to rise. Spangler coming together with Javier. Quickly sent over the top. Fort Wayne running for this as it rolls over the end line. It's goal kick for Shipman and company. We played an hour between these two sides, 2-0 New York. Listen, if you can't watch the match, you can turn it on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. That includes USL All Access on Tuesday nights. You can hear live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Fort Wayne flicked it across, down to the touchline, just beyond the wing. Smith fights his way to the end line, and it's rejected by New York. Corner kick coming. First score came way back in the 20th minute. Sabachian scored that. Calazzini scored moments ago. Fort Wayne tries this over the top. Chan bobbles it and hauls it in. Good save by Derek. He was in some danger, able to regather. Thiago knocked it off. New York to throw in. Drove that into the air, and as they're all locked up, almost able to finesse it through. Pushed away. Good race between Smith and the Cosmos. Sproat throws it in, somehow fought that through. It's JP Jordan on the end line. To the 6, it's taken away by New York. Cosmos from deep in the wing at midfield. Taken down by NYC. Something that New York has got to feel good about. Fort Wayne down alongside the 6. He's going to have to hit the brakes on the end line. Still in possession, fighting to get away. Down to the corner of the 18. Entry feet knocked out of there by the Cosmos and regathered by Fort Wayne. Thiago on the sideline. Back to Cavier. Rolled toward the arc, centered up, Fort Wayne on the spot, dished across, Smith just in time. Jaden from the right wing. Sproat and Fort Wayne back to him. Smith tries to step around, and what an electric tackle. He slid through, but New York clears it anyhow. Fort Wayne's Thiago all the way to Byrne. Player slow to rise deep in the wing. He went down hard. Davey Mason, product of Bethesda Soccer Club, played collegiately at Georgetown and Loyola, Maryland. He was all Patriot League. Thomas is coming off. Tag Healy replacing him.
Substitution for Fort Wayne FC. Entering the match, number 11, Ty number 23, Jack Thomas.
Cosmos almost take that away. Fort Wayne does regather. Smith fights his way through once and now twice. Cosmos a foot race as he's going to lose this. Anderson Holt was right there to make the play, but didn't need to. Floated out from the wing. Christian trying to finesse his way around Fort Wayne. Sent forward. Betcher cuts to the inside. 3 defenders as he goes down, and New York has the kick.
Fans are reminded that alcohol sales are concluding at the 75th minute. Please make sure your final purchases now. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the match.
Snool. Looks like he's good to go. Originally from the Netherlands, Sadul has played in Spain, Bulgaria, England, Asia. Really adaptable. Great tactical piece for New York. Flick through and the quick move. Ajmer double teamed. Left off toward the side of the pitch. Davey. Back to Spangler, who's run down. Christian fighting his way through the double team. And the call by our referee. Matthew Corrigan putting the Cosmos on the spot. Spangler came off of Javier Armas. Ajmer joined by Sadul. Played forward, down to the arc. Cosmos stay with it. Curler pitched over the top, and Burned makes the save. Easily gloved by the veteran. Sends it out of there with no hesitation for Fort Wayne. The spin move won't keep possession. Spangler fights away from the defender. Ajmer left off in the wing for New York to Christian. Davey goes back down along the touchline, trying to bang it in there. Cosmos man catches the whistle. Betcher went down as they're pushing and shoving.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL Championship.
Betcher getting the change.
Select is there every 7th day. Visit us.select-sport.com.
Smith coming off for Abbey as well. Ian Abbey, the winger from New Jersey. Previously played for Vermont Green. Joined this roster on a 25-day contract, a product of Rutgers University. Really nice piece in the Big Ten, and before that played in the Big East with Providence. 50 appearances at Rutgers, 8 goals, 7 assists. Avuoder out of France, also coming into the match. Healy delivers down deep in the wing. Centering feed is cleared by New York. That was clearance right away on top of the ball. Avuoder gonna get it again. Solis tries this. fights his way into the area, out toward the penalty arc. Cleared momentarily. Christian battling to keep this out of the boots of Fort Wayne, and skied down to the other end of the pitch where Shipman will have to run this down. Throw-in will come from midfield. New York making the change. Solanka, the striker from New Jersey, comes on for the veteran. Guanzati's day is done, scores a beautiful goal. Sebastian, after putting together a really nice performance for the Cosmos, replaced by Solanka. Fort Wayne into the wing. Fights his way to the corner of the 18. Chan loses it out front. Cosmos knock this out of there. Crab walks Christian off of the field, and the yellow shown. Be cool suffers that card. That's his first of the season. Flipped over the top and delivered back down into the corner for Ian Abbey. Double teamed as he tries to finesse this for help. Coffee and company take it away. Forward for Fort Wayne, knifes his way into the 18, and what a save by Chen, who sells out. Derek Chan showing off what he can do. Wow, Healy almost scores it. Remains 2-0 Cosmos. Solis has help. This is chipped over the top. And the card. Mendonça suffers that card. Fort Wayne tries this. New York into the air. Ajmer defensively able to strip it away. Almost taken right back, but the ball going with the Cosmos. That's a good effort from the defender from Paraguay. Sergio threw it to midfield, over the top for Christian. And Kofi down with Burned. So we get the whistle and a change coming. Hoping the Shipman's all right. I don't think he was touched. Maybe he was. Either way. Maybe stepped on him. Hard to see. Change coming. Mendonça will come off of the pitch for the Cosmos of New York. Sent through. New York Dished across, Fort Wayne shadowing them. Milovano is waiting to come in. Mendonça took too long to come off of the pitch. So that's why Milovano's waiting. A yellow shown after that collision at midfield against Christian. Kofi suffers the card. Milovano still waiting to come in. You can get another look at that. Not much contention you can make if you're the Cosmos. Fort Wayne curls this over the top of the turf. Milovano still waiting to come on. Playing down a man after Mendonça took too long to come off. Milovano, who came from FC Tucson to join the Cosmos, now onto the pitch. Sadul will put on the captain's band. eFootball here, you can live out your dream. Rep your favorite team in USL. eFootball is free to play. You can download it right now. Fort Wayne. Playing some keep away, Solis. We've already played 1¼ hours. It's 2-0 New York. Fort Wayne has got to find a way to score quickly.
Number 20, Nate Mendonça.
Left off by Abby. Back to Ian. Dished across for Spro.
Justin Milovano. Saliendo. Número 20, Nate Mendonça.
Javier down into the 18. Knocked into the air as they collide the call. New York's man is still down as the referee's checking on him. Look back at that feed through as Abu Dor was to it. Central Florida product. Sergio had to be checked on. Looks like he's good to go. Chavez from Chula Vista, California. He developed with Albion SC before a 4-year collegiate career at UNLV. Rolled back to the keeper. Tunde and Gare are standing by, waiting to check into the match. Run down in front of the 18, immediately the whistle, and what a spot this is for Fort Wayne in the late stages. Trailing 2-0. They are just beyond the box. Rempel, Javier standing by with it. They'll be left by Healy. After some quick traffic copping from our referee, we're ready to go. Left. Sent back to him on the end line and blown dead by our referee. AR catches him down the touchline. Coffee off, Cabrera on. Morabito comes on for Mason. Oyatunde for Solis. Kare for Sproat. Five changes in total, 2 for Fort Wayne, 3 for New York. Locker now trying out that wing spot. Julian Locker came from NYCFC 2. And as Fort Wayne drives down deep in the wing, he goes down and we see a card. New York's man catches that in another prime spot for Fort Wayne. That's our goal scorer from this second half. Oyatunde draws that, the Englishman. And the yellow going to be suffered by Galazzini. What a spot this is for Fort Wayne. Deep in the wing, near the end line. Cavier standing by with it. Ben into the 6, pinballs around and out front. It's wiped out of there by New York. Almost able to run that down. Ian Abbey lets it go off. He'll throw in. Scratch that. Rempel tosses it on. And rolled backwards. Jeremy found burned, and he tries to put it down to the 18. Long pitch over the top by Shipman, taken up by Fort Wayne. Walked it to the inside. Now FWFC all the way to their back line. Edge of the wing for Fort Wayne. Cuts to the inside. Long feed to the spot. Tries to turn up towards the 6. Lots of colliding down inside as New York clears it away. Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne from the wing, bent over the top for the 6, and New York nods it out of there. They let it go. It's a corner. Quickly, Cavier dished out front. Fort Wayne tries this for the spot, and it's going to be knocked away from the edge of the 18. Regathered FWFC across for Ian Abbey. He's defended enough to try and go backwards with it. And down the center field stripe, the handoff. Jeremy forward, big collision right in front of the official, immediately calling that. And he goes down hard. Awudor. Gets upended. Cabrera just cut his legs out from under him. Take standing by with Cavier. Regulation burning up quickly. 2-0 Cosmos. Not going to have a lot of chances left. They know they've got to strike. Over the top, Fort Wayne, too much sauce as this sails over the top of the gloves of Chan. Harmless as it's goal kick for the Cosmos. It's a good look. They've tried a lot of different things. They like how he fits in this system. He's been a nice piece at the pro side level for a long time, developed very well. It looks good for Fort Wayne. They're going to get a lot of production out of Cavier this season. Midfield from New York. Cosmos back line, chips this over the top. Abbey. Retreats momentarily as Fort Wayne gets possession. Down through midfield, 2 connections now, looking for a third over the top. New York, not gonna let that happen. Well done in the wing. Yeah, Tunde leaves it. Rempel. After the throw-in, Fort Wayne beyond the wing gathers. Looking for that feed over the top for the arc. Somehow flicked forward and on the 6. This is controlled by the Cosmos. Chan falls onto it. Awudor, the Frenchman, gets inside. He's right there. The ball was fed to him. Controlled and sent to their keeper. Is New York going to have to face another rush? Fort Wayne. Tunde fights his way to the area and cleared by the Cosmos down the touchline. Now we've got a call down along the wing. And a card shown, this time against Fort Wayne. Tunde, the Englishman, right there fighting for the ball. Chan will kick us back underway. Chan and the Cosmos happy to just burn as much time as they can. From midfield over the top for New York. Fort Wayne. Cavier the step away. FWFC. Through for the 18. He's got it alongside the area, and it's off. Last touched by New York. Corner coming. Well struck for the 6. Too much on it. Right on the mark. Awudor can't find help. as he bends it a little too far alongside the stick, and it's off. 3 minutes of stoppage time called for.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes.
We played 1.5 hours between New York and Fort Wayne. Cosmos leading 2-0. Javier back from midfield, playing some keep away. Locker after him. Abbey knifes his way through for the end line, disrupted, and that's enough. Love the effort. Massimo Morabito stayed right with him, the Philly Union Academy product, played with Orlando City Academy, FC Delco. Gonna be a good, solid piece for New York. Pitched into the air, loose in the 6, and Chan watches as this rolls off. Referee says, take another. Stoppage time burning. Tries it over the top. A bit strong. Chan gonna take all the time he can to deliver the kick. A little professional time wasting. Final minute of stoppage time rolls onto the clock. Immediately blown dead. And he'll show the yellow. Gare from Woodbridge, Virginia, suffering the card. Sadul. Taking all the time he can as our referee telling Fort Wayne to back up. Sadul, floater. Fort Wayne FC nods it away from their own back third. Big collision, and he'll sound the whistle for full time. The first 3 points of 2026 for the New York Cosmos, who have made a triumphant return to USL League One. Looking good at Hinchliffe. Very nice performance against Fort Wayne FC as these two, a bit of a tug of war to kick off your Saturday afternoon of USL soccer. A good back and forth affair as these two let it all hang out. We're going to have some highlights, final stats, and much more when we return. 2-0 your final as the Cosmos take down Fort Wayne at home and get 3 points in USL League One play.
I'm Brie and I am Ion.
नाम कलीम चान है और मैं आयन हूँ.
Yo soy Ion Bank.
I'm Tajinder Kaur, ਅਸੀਂ Ion Bank ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
I'm Taiwan, and I am Ion.
اسمي أدمى وأنا آيان.
Ja jestem Ion Bank.
Eu sou Ion Bank.
Ja jestem Ion Bank. I am Ion.
Ready, buddy? Here it comes. Keep your eye on the ball.
Go for it! Go, go, go.
We see your future.
I got my eye on these colors.
Your day-to-day.
Okay. Well, I got my eye on this.
Yeah, right. Really?
And every big decision along the way. We see you when other banks really don't. So we can see you through anything. We're always looking out for you.
Back at Hinchcliffe Stadium, 2-0 your final as the Cosmos of New York take the victory. Galazzini, a nice day, scored the second goal of the game for New York's Cosmos as they get their first win of the season and their return to USL League One. Lots of fun to watch them battle at home in front of a big crowd who was fired up. Hey, let's roll it back and look at the two scores from today's match between the Cosmos and Fort Wayne. A lot of fun. Sabachian in the first half in minute 20. Backdoor feed from Ajmer, and he just dashes it home with a little low left on the right-booted goal. Nice score. They rely on the veteran to get that done. There he is celebrating with a young buck. And who do you think scored the second goal? We flash forward. Galazzini takes it up on the long feed, works his way down into the 6, and finishes that. A beautiful strike. 2-0 on those two goals, the final. Let's take a look at the numbers and stats that powered this victory for the Cosmos of New York. Wild how well that strategy worked. They just sit back, let Fort Wayne come to them and counter, and boy, did they do that well. Fort Wayne takes 21 shots, only 4 fall on target. Just 6 and 3 on target for New York, who scored a pair of goals on 3 shots on target. Their possession, 29% to the 71 of Fort Wayne. They had 7 corners, 5 offsides, and 5 yellows. Fort Wayne battling hard at Hinchcliffe, but they just couldn't get it done. 2-0 the victory for the New York Cosmos. It was a barn burner. It was a lot of fun. Many more matches around the league today. Be sure to stay with us. Find all of the coverage and links at USLLeague1.com. We look forward to having you with us. For our crew, the fans, both clubs, I'm Gabriel Schreier saying so long from New Jersey. 2-0 New York Cosmos, your final score and the big victory for New York.
Telecast. Retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.